Alright guys, this will just be a quick video to show off a recent get I recently picked up. I'll do a more detailed video about this unit later on, but I'm just really excited to show this off. This is a MSX, Sony MSX to be exact. It is the HB-F500. It is an MSX2. And those of you who may not be familiar with the MSX, it was a computing standard established by Microsoft. As such, it was able to be licensed and was manufactured by many different manufacturers. Unfortunately, it was not a big seller in the United States. In fact, I think only one company actually made an MSX, and it wasn't actually licensed or sold as an MSX. I think that was Yamaha or something like that. Something I'd read, but it was largely popular in other parts of the world, such as Japan, which is where this unit came from, and in Europe especially. So definitely cool to have this one. You don't see too many of the desktop style MSX systems. You don't see people import those. A lot of them are the integrated keyboard, kind of like a C64 where you've got the computer and the keyboard in one unit. But this one does have a separate keyboard that plugs in, which I don't have to plug it in too often since I'm just using this to play games. And speaking of games, I do have a couple games here. Proteus, for example, is one game, and Salamander. These are both Konami games, MSX cartridges. Some games ran off a floppy, but like I said, I won't go into too big a detail. This will just be a quick video, but definitely cool, excited to have one of these things. One thing that I think is pretty interesting is the hardware, at least the MSX2, does not support scrolling, which is kind of a basic essential, I guess, in any relatively modern game in the 80s. So Konami kind of cheated a little bit, and I'll show you in Proteus here what these games look like when you don't have any kind of hardware scrolling. Alright, so let's boot this thing up. I've got Proteus in the cartridge slot. And if I didn't have anything in the cartridge slot, it would just boot straight to BASIC, since it is an early 8-bit computer. Now, one thing you'll notice with Proteus and a lot of the Konami games is the music is great. The actual built-in sound chip in the MSX is very basic, little 3-channel programmable sound generator. But Konami actually added their own custom synthesizer in each game cartridge. Not in all of their games, but in a good chunk of them. So the music is awesome. And this is actually the first Proteus game, the first one in the series. It did not actually come out in the arcade first, it was an MSX game. You can see the scrolling there, or lack of. It's very choppy, and that's not because the CPU is running slow. It's just the limitation of the hardware. It does not support any kind of a hardware supported scrolling, so it's all having to be done in software. The more I talk about scrolling, the more that I die, apparently. Ah, well. So anyway, that is the MSX. I'll try to put together a more detailed video in the coming weeks. Been pretty busy lately with work, and so I haven't been able to make as many videos as I like, but I will do my best to try to crank out as many videos as I can. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.